Welcome back, welcome back. It's nice to wake up 3:40, go on my hallway and see a little fucking girl in there. That's real cute. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. It ain't my people and ain't my daughter. I already made my last video about that, and I'm not releasing it because I don't care no more. I care, but you don't. And I'm tired of making enemies that, have all this power and capability. So I'm gonna retire as Batman for a little bit, and I'm gonna let the little girls and the little boys down here get whatever they're gonna get. It's not my fucking niece, it's not my daughter, it's not my nephew, and it's not my son. So I think I'm gonna be like the rest of you guys and just not give a fuck and pretend I don't see things. Seems like that gets the job done, right? As long as we don't know about it. What do they say? Out of sight, out of mind? You know? Too bad it's never not in my sight. So, these things are always in my mind. Right as I'm coming outside. I wanted to talk about this video that woke me up because I fell asleep early as fuck after my last video of wowing out. And I don't want to release it because it's just like I'm just sick because all I'm doing is just talking, and I realize now the more I do this Batman thing, the more I make good guys look really fucking stupid and not doing their job. So they're gonna hate me. The bad guys are gonna hate because I'm being Batman. So it's just hate all around for real, niggas. So we'll leave it at that. Protect your children. No one else is gonna. So I'm listening to this video that woke me up. And it's this fucking guy. These two guys, I keep running into these guys. And we all know how I feel about who I run into all the time, right? It's only for two reasons. They give great information when it comes to certain things, but for some reason, maybe it's just me. I'm only giving my opinion. I'm not saying these men are wrong or right or whatever. They always say things, and then they say something else that just totally pisses me off. And because it doesn't make fucking sense. It's like they want to play both sides of the field. And I get that, Yin Yang Master Window. But it's like I play both sides of the field in action, not in what the mission is. See, I started noticing that, like I said, niggas always, I always see dudes, and I'm always I like to pay attention because when you sound like you're smart in certain ways and you're talking about, like, like science and the spiritual shit and how it actually is the same fucking thing, and it's just we made up spirituality and all this stuff and all that, and then other people came along and then made up science and says no, it's not, has nothing to do with that stuff, but it just proves all that stuff's real. You don't have to do with it though. Anyway, he was talking about these, I'm gonna jump all around because he's talking about a whole lot of different shit. It was like an hour lecture. So this guy, for one, is talking about these crystals and how crystals are naturally in your body or in your brain, right? And he brings up Yahshua. And if you didn't know who Yahshua was, that's the real name of Jesus. Because, Jesus was a Hebrew man, so he's going to have a Hebrew name. He's not going to have a Roman white boy named Jesus, because they wasn't white. And if that's too hard for you to understand, I don't care. Read a fucking book and figure it out. Now, he says there's these crystals in a certain part of your head, and they call it the crown of thorns, right? And he said, Yahshua never said that a new Jesus would come. He said the Christ would come. Meaning someone's going to figure it out and unlock their crown of thorns, and they're going to be the new Christ. Seems like these guys get it. See, that's the shit that I keep talking about. There's no one. There's only the one of that time. Now, if you paid attention to the Yakuf videos and the Judas video I made and all these little secret books and stuff that I've been playing, it constantly says, like, you know, Jesus is like, the Christ consciousness is going on to different people, even children. And I was like, that's what's up. I didn't know about no crystal thorn things or whatever, right? So I was like, it's good news. Maybe we're on to something with this trying to get healthy and get better, and you know what I mean? Think more. Get rid of all these distractions and these fucking problems so I can actually think. So I actually could become Christ. Oh yeah, I made a video on that. If you want to learn about that, without the hocus pocus and the bullshit that niggas like to do, my video is called Become God's Son. And a guy's going to explain to you in that and how you got to, like, it's all about your mind. And trying to reach a certain height, right? And the Lord will take favor on you and make you his son. Now I'm a baby at this shit, even though I'm like a grown-ass man. But for some reason, I go through all these things and, you know, I'm just one guy with no backup, no family that I actually back me up, no friends that really back me up. But I always get out of these predicaments. And I keep saying I'm a fool. I'm a smart fool, but I'm a fool. I know a lot of things, but one of the wisest men said, a very wise man understands that he knows nothing. So, you know, I like that. Moving on. Then this guy, one of the guys said about lucid dreaming. And I never knew what to call it. The scientifical shit. I've heard of lucid dreaming, but, you know, I don't like to go on everything these people say in their fancy words. Because then when I come and tell yous, using I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now he explained it as basically your soul or your consciousness, either or, leaving your body in the middle of your dream, right? No, that's astral projecting. Lucid dreaming is when you're in a dream and you know you're in a dream, and then you can make anything happen. And then this nigga just starts talking about everything I just talked about in a video where I just recently lucid dreamed. And I described all the things I used to be able to do. Run around and fly. Go to different places. That made me feel good because I was a guy. I know I'm not crazy now. Finally, other people that actually could do this shit are like talking about it. And I'm sure many other people talk about it. It's just we don't look for these videos and things. And we don't realize how close we really are. And then he said something, like I said, that pisses me off. Because niggas always... It'd be amazing how smart niggas use all these words and then they say they're super smart. And then they say some shit that they can't explain because they know they don't want to, because their ass is going to get caught. So he says he went in lucid dream when he was a kid, right? And that's how he figured it out. Just like I did. But then He said when I got older, I tried it again. And I almost couldn't get back in my body. And he admits when you lucid dream or whatever, you're going to a different dimension. And remember how I keep saying look up? My father's up there. When I say look all around you and you think there ain't no beings around you, it's not what my father said. My father said he put a veil over man's eyes and your mind, so you can't see what's all around you. A whole fucking world is right in front of us. There are things here, and we can't see them, and they can't touch us. They can see us. They can follow us. They can learn everything about you. And then we got these psychic people that can talk to them. Oh yeah, my father shared with the fallen, had a bunch of babies, and the Most High killed them all. And he said, since you had half man, half angel babies, where's their spirit supposed to go? Because man's spirit ain't never staying in heaven. So you can't come here. And you're half angel, and you're not supposed to be down there on earth. So you can't stay there, because the men are going to be there, and the women, and you're not allowed to be there no more. You stole their shit. Now you're going to get the fuck out of there. And it clicked in my mind when he said, I almost couldn't get back in my body. And then he said, I never did it again. And I said, wait up. I'm over here still trying to get there. I ain't afraid. Why the fuck are you afraid? Oh, because you meant something over there. And you didn't have the keys, the authority to be there. And I don't think they like that. See, I realize that man is like fucking stupid. And man likes to try to figure things out and go where the fuck they're not supposed to go. Where they were told not to go. And it made me realize like you can have all your fancy clothes, you can have all your money. How many that can get me? And I was like, my father's not playing around, because, in the book it said that man would one day have the key to the bottomless pit. Wouldn't that be another dimension? Wouldn't that be somebody opening up a door? Wouldn't there be other things on the other side of the door? When you open the door, can you close it? When those things come over to the other side, are they more powerful than us? And what are we going to do to stop them? Luckily, my father said, whatever's on the other side is gonna come here, because men are stupid and they want to control things, and they're dumb and they'll listen to these things and believe it's a good thing. When my father says don't do something, I don't do it. Why? Because he gave direct orders, and he kind of tells you what does everybody say? Once you open that door, you can't go back. Once you step off the porch, all of that stuff, right? So, thankfully, my father said, all the ones that do the work and actually believe, he's going to write his name in your forehead. And when those things come out, they're going to torture all evil people. They can't kill you, but they're going to fuck with you. And that always made me think. A lot of people die because they get fucked with and they lose their minds and they hurt themselves. So I'm sure when these morons open that door, a whole lot of people gonna go bye-bye because you're not used to spiritual shit. You're so hopped up on drugs and fucking playing blind to man's shenanigans. You just can't even look at it. You can't see the fucking evil on this earth. You can't even see evil people. So I can't imagine when an evil person actually reveals himself to you, you're gonna get scared as shit. Now me on the other hand, yes, I get scared, but I have my father. So, you know, that only lasts so long. And then the spirit of fucking David's in me, so, you know, you could be whatever the fuck you gotta be, and, you know, my Lord's gonna make me break your head open. With the spiritual rock. Spiritually. Not physically. So, oh, my people. So many of you are gonna be lost. So many of you are going to the shadow realm. I wonder if that's what they're opening. I do keep saying this shadow realm thing. And I keep saying I'm going to banish people's soul there forever. Sort of like what my father did to those fucking fallen angel kids. He banished them away. To a realm we can't see. The shadows. Not the smartest man in the world. Don't got all the answers. I got simple answers. Now, as I'm watching this guy say, you know, I'm like Goku. I think of myself like Goku. I think of myself like Morpheus. Oh, I should have been doing this shit years ago. Because I would have been able to prove, like, yo, dog, everybody's copying your shit. Oh, yeah, you did videos years ago, and then they disappeared. Because you were talking reckless. So niggas had a long time to be studying what the fuck I was getting downloads from my father. And other men, because other men say the same thing. It's not like I'm the only one. There's always more. How you doing? There's always more. There's always good soldiers of the Lord. And then there's all these other fucking perpetrators that want to pretend to be us. I can't wait until my people actually wake up and just take our spots back and stop letting these fucking charlatans and their long speeches. My father said in his book, don't trust men with big words and long speeches. And it's funny because he says, how he has to, the thing I say, you could be as smart as you want, right? But if you're talking to a bunch of people that are not smart, you have to try to enlighten them. And the only way you can do that is to bring your speech down to a certain level to raise them up. You have to relate to them, right? And I said, yeah, I agree with that, because I can listen to a scientist and he'll use all these fancy words. And then when I talk about exactly what he talked about, it's not going to be in a fancy words. It's going to be so regular people like us, we can understand what the fuck he's saying. And I'm going to relate it to different things that we all know. So I agree with that. And I'm watching these guys talking about how they want to enlighten the people, and basically what all fucking leaders say they want to do. I want to bring knowledge. I want to raise people up, right? And it just never occurs to me how these niggas never got my plan. The simplest plan. One that a fucking idiot can do it. It always makes me think, like, are you wrong? Because, you know, you can't be right about everything. But why is it so... It's always these fucking guys, and I want to teach people things. But you know what they teach you? A whole bunch of spiritual shit that's confusing. and say a whole bunch of scientific words that's even more confusing. But when you wrap it all up and you actually understand it, it makes sense, right? They make plenty of sense with their scientific discoveries and we got an astral plane and we got to get our minds back with our Merkabas and all that shit, right? And I feel that. But last time I checked, all the real spiritual guys from back in the day, they said you got to have clean water and eat clean food. Because then your body gets clean and then your brain gets clean and then, then you can start. Then you can really become one with the Most High and whatever this thing is that you want to get close to, this knowledge, right? So first of all, talking and explaining everything ain't doing shit. Teaching people how to get their bodies right and their minds right, that's where it's at. And then, of course, he comes and advertises some fucking water, some special water that'll help you lucid dream and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, here we go with the fucking salesman pitch. It's always the same fucking gimmick, yo. Niggas talk a whole bunch of dumb shit or smart shit, and it goes right to an advertisement commercial about some special fucking snake oil water. It's always something. It's always something. It's never the simple shit like what I say. Get together. You have power. And because you work, you have money. And because you have money, you have influence. And because you have influence, you can buy people off. You can demand things to happen. And if they don't, you can punish people because, all your people together, you buy things from other people. And you can say, if you don't give me what I want, we're not buying nothing no more. Ever. Simple as that. Just like the Batman thing I keep saying. Everybody's waiting around for the police. If there was enough of us that say, I whip my phone out all the time and I see these things happening, do something or we're going to do it. And then you're going to have to pick the pieces up. And that's it. That's it. Do your job or we'll do it for you. And when we do it, we're going to do Batman style. We're not going in, knock, 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 do police. No. Ruff! Fucking ruff! And go in there, and then everybody goes to the shadow realm. Now that's a very bad way to handle things. I'm not suggesting that. Because then you got the bad guys and the good guys wanting to knock your head off. Remember how Batman got done dirty? Remember how the police is chasing him around? You're a vigilante. And then the bad guys wanted to knock his fucking head off. So being Batman is never fun. Everyone hates you. Then I always think about how these niggas got all this motherfucking money. All this money. And their big plan is to fucking teach people how to get more money, right? My plan is to make people realize you have money. What are you doing with it? My reality is you don't need to be a genius. You need to know what the fuck you want. You need to all agree on what you want and then do something about it. What do we all want? Not to get treated like niggers. To have fair jobs and opportunities. But we live in a world where it's their shit. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Because they built it. Get it? Now, if we build our shit, if we build our community, if we build our towns, and we become a tribe, then we become a nation. Like, what's it called? The District of Columbia? Did you know the District of Columbia is in the United States? but they're not a part of the United States. They're their own country. All love, all praise to the Most High.